With that being said, though, like you said, this has been a war of attrition. So the injuries are adding up 100%. And I actually saw a stat earlier today that 9 All-Stars have at least missed at least one game in this year's playoffs. Do you think it is because of the basically back-to-back full NBA seasons that they're having to play, or is it just they come in waves? Like what are your thoughts on that?
I don't want to say it's because they're playing back to back. These are world class athletes. These are fine tuned machines that get paid to play a heck of a sport for a lot of money.
Yeah.
So their training, their workout regimen, everything that they do. There is somebody that also makes a whole lot of money overseeing everything that they do to their body, what they put in their body,
Right.
everything else. These are finely tuned people. I think it's more of a freak thing. It's just been that it's been superstars that are going down versus did anybody care when Dante DiVincenzo went down for the Bucks and tore his ankle? No, it was news for like a day.
If that.
Yeah.
It was only news because you are a Bucks fan. Let's just be honest about that.
Right. And so, but Giannis, no, you're going to see that full 72-hour cycle of Giannis, and and you're going to see all the pundits as well too. Making the case of, see, look at all the stars getting hurt. The NBA doesn't care about its players. Blah 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 blah. Guess what? They still signed on to say, yeah, we'll start the season,
right?
And we'll play this back to back. So.
Yeah, and speaking of some of those players that did sign on to play the season is LeBron James, Mr. King James himself. He came out on a tweet and basically said that this is unacceptable, and this was writing on the wall. He's seen all these injuries getting ready to happen, and then Shaq, Mr. Shaq himself, claps back and says, "You are making millions of dollars to play a game, and over 200 million people have been laid off during this COVID pandemic. I will play back-to-back nights because I'm making money, and these people need something to see." Do you like when LeBron James comes out and says, "This is the reason why I lost, and this is the reason why all these players are getting hurt," or are we kind of at the point where we're just saying, "Shut up and just play basketball"?
So I hate LeBron James as a basketball player. I absolutely do love him though off the court, just because of the causes he does get into. However, with this one, I think he's overstepping his realm a little bit. I say this because I will say he was one of the very vocal ones about not starting the season at Christmas, and wanted to start it more towards February, to give people's bodies time to heal. So The one thing I'll give him there is he hasn't waffled on this. He has been on that side of, we should have never did this from the get-go. However, with the injuries, him saying, "Well, I knew this would happen." This is the same guy that when they, talked about the play-in games, when it first came out, he's like, "This is the best idea ever. This is great."
Yeah.
But this year, guess who had to play in the play-in game? And it was like, whose stupid idea was this? This is awful.
This is your idea, LeBron.
So yeah, you were all about it last year because you didn't have to deal with it, but this year you had to deal with it. And now it's stupid. So you can't do that, and you can't have your cake and eat it too. Is probably the best way to put it with him.
Right.
And that's what he kind of wants with it. But when you have been that good for that long and you're used to just everything going the way you want it, there's a little bit of a sense of entitlement there.